BBC Upload, the best in new comedy, poetry and spoken word.
BBC Upload.
Welcome to the home of Making It Up. BBC Upload is our name. Well, more specifically, I'm Rob Jelly, but not really important because this show's not about me, it's about you as a creative. What are you making that you would love to find a new audience for and perhaps maybe take to the next level? Let me give you an example of someone who has done that bish bash bosh. Welcome to the club, Will Glitch from between and if you didn't know. Now, Will tells me it's an independently created short documentary, which was initially created as part of his third year on a media production course at the University of Hull, which we won't hold against him. The film was edited and filmed entirely on his own, with interviews of stand-up comedians taking place across the north of England, delving into the grassroots comedy scene around the area and the wider country. Will was born and calls himself a proper Norfolk boy. And he is getting his short documentary, The Courage to Stand Up, heard on the BBC.
I remember it very clearly. So I went to Free For All. It's a show at the Monkey Bar, so it's an actual comedy club, but they have an open mic night where anyone can sign up at the door. Kind of unusual in the UK in general.
There were these things that you may have heard of called gong shows. You get given an allotted 5 minutes. But the idea is that you're trying to get to 5 minutes. The audience get given 3 cards, and if they put the cards up, then you're out. That was my first ever gig.
I was back home at that time and I just googled stand-up comedy course Hull. I don't know anything about comedy or performing really in particular. You do a bit of theory, you get like a bit of recommended reading if you want to do that, and you get like worksheets, even things like using a mic stand, like all those kind of things you might not think about. You sort of go through all that stuff as well.
They put me on the like new act show after my first ever show. I thought that was normal at the time, but apparently it's not.
Apart from the initial sets, which may be, I don't know, dating or other common themes, the better bits that you do them like taking something from you, from your experience, your thoughts, your feelings. So it is very, I think, personal performing. And of course, since it's something so personal, it becomes a part of your persona.
It depends on what kind of gig you're playing. Some places, like the more raunchy, with this being a university thing, am I allowed to swear?
Oh yeah, yes.
Like, I'll do jokes. When you go to the Frog and Bucket, Beat the Frog, they don't want story. They're not there for story. So essentially, I've written as much content as I possibly can.
I love my LGBT nights. They're loads of fun. I love my dark humour nights as well. That's a bit more edgy. Because I'm a tradeswoman, I'm naturally a politically incorrect woman. And if I can find safe spaces to use that, then I will. I'm respectful of my audience and I'm respectful of people, but I'm also acknowledging there's a need to fulfil something. There's also a market for it as well, type thing. And do you know what? I love a good lesbian joke. Let's be honest.
That is a little sneak peek of The Courage to Stand Up by Will Glitch on BBC Upload, a short documentary he made as part of his university degree. And if you are a student making projects like that and you think, well, you know, I've made it for the degree and that's about it, look, send it my way. Why not get a BBC credit as well? Whether it's being shared online, on YouTube, or on Vivo, wherever else it is, you can be on the BBC with what you make, even if it's got visual elements to it as well. Just head to bbc.co.uk/upload to send me what you're making. Cheers, Will!
A wise man